Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to The Truth, where today we are going to be talking about the San Francisco 49ers and their offseason so far and the mock draft I have for them for my kind of prediction-ish, I guess. Free agency is still going on. Right now, the 49ers don't have enough cap space to really do anything more than what they've already done. So I'm kind of going to keep it as it is. I'm not going to go out and kind of say, oh, these are some guys they can sign just because they still need to sign their rookie class. But to keep in mind, some of the things they have done, Yutur Gross Matos, defensive end, they've signed. I believe Leonard Floyd they signed. They've extended Udon to 2 more years. Jordan Elliott they signed for 2 years. Eric Hendricks they signed for a year. So some impactful players. Some things to note: the San Francisco 49ers do have more draft picks than the San Francisco 49ers do have more draft picks than they need right now. So that's something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is they did change the defensive coordinator. Last season they went, I think, 15-4, and this season they went 14-5. Close, but you're still trying to get over that hump before the Super Bowl. So they did change the defensive coordinator. Some things to keep in mind is the fact that there can still be more restructures. They have restructured somebody already, but there could be more, and they could really do things. I do think the 49ers will end up being a team at this very moment who will trade up in the draft because they do have, I think, 4 extra picks. Yeah, 4 extra picks that they could use to trade up in the draft. With that being said, let's get into the draft and what kind of have thinking for them. So with the first pick 31, I took Tyler Nubin. I know you could say it's a stretch, but I mean, I don't think Tyler Nubin's arguably the best safety in the draft, and I don't think that he'll be available by the time they pick. I think he picked 63. I don't think he'll be available by then. So look, you reach. I put in quotation marks. Reach when you really don't. You feel a need instantly. I picked 63. I took Tavondre Sweat, defensive tackle of Texas. Is going to provide depth and then a potential starter for you as well. I like this pick a lot. I picked 94. I chose Jeremiah Trotter Jr., linebacker of Clemson, to also provide depth, but also potentially be able to start later on the road. Fred Warner or one of your starting linebackers down. JTJ is a person who you could fill in that spot with, and he can still learn and sit behind. I think this is a great spot for JTJ. Malik Washington, I pick 124 to kind of fill out that receiving core. He's, if I can show it, he's 5'8", 191, but he has a nice relative athletic score, 8.38, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. So he's relatively athletic. He's going to provide depth for you. And then I pick 131. I chose Mason McCormack to provide depth on the offensive line. That was a key thing for the 49ers this season, is just depth there. That's a big thing they lost. So with that pick, I chose Mason McCormack. Really athletic guy. If you can mold him right, he'll be a potential starter for you later down the road. 6'4", 309, relative athletic score of 9.97. And that's usually what I try to do with these teams who, if it's available, I try to get really high guys you have on your board, of course, for that position, but also relatively athletic guys, super athletic guys that you can, if you mold, it's going to be a hit. That's because that's what the NFL likes to do. On the next pick, I took center out of Wisconsin, Tanner Bortellini. I think that's how you say his name. 6'4", 303, with a relative athletic score of 9.79. Super athletic guys who are really going to do some things. And then with the last pick, rounding it out, I took offensive tackle Javon Foster. Not as athletic, but he has the size to be a tackle. 6'5", 313, 7.67 relative athletic score. And like I said before, I do expect these teams to trade up. Um, this is kind of what I expect. Because you do have pick 211, pick 215, pick 232, and pick 251. Like they will package some of these deals. Maybe they trade up in the second round, begin the first round. I don't know. Like there's a lot they could do. There's definitely a lot they could do. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe they pick. If a player falls like a little, probably like a safe no, probably like a defensive tackle. If a defensive tackle fell to them, probably draft that and then trade up more to go get their starting safety. There are things they could do, and it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, sorry this video is short. It's just there's not a lot to talk about the 49ers other than their coaching change, which they did with their defensive coordinator. They've been making some moves. They have. They've been kind of relatively quiet now that they don't have the craziest amount of cap space, which I assume I wouldn't be surprised if they did create more cap space to sign more players. And that'd be like in restructuring. I don't think they'll cut anybody, but I do think like it's possible they could restructure guys. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and I will talk to y'all next time.